All right, everybody, welcome to the first installment of AskADopeChick from InStyle Pro. And my first dope chick here is my good friend Anastasia. I've known her for just about 13 years, and I'll qualify her dopeness. She's a pretty accomplished athlete. I'll let her run into that. I love her style, and she has a pretty cool demeanor. So I'm going to kind of dive in. Anything you want to introduce yourself on before I start jabbing you with questions?
That was perfect, no.
All right, so we're going to talk style, fitness, and pretty much any shit we want to talk about. So up first, I want to talk style with you. Having dope style, what I've always noticed about you is that you borrow some things from like the menswear side. So if you can break down your 3 favorite menswear items that you like to rock and implement into your style, what are those things and why do you like them?
I really appreciate menswear hats.
Okay.
I like baseball hats as well as the bucket hats.
I've never seen you in a bucket hat.
No?
No.
What's another? Fedora hats?
Oh, I know you like fedoras,
What's
but
a bucket hat?
a bucket hat's a little bit floppier. It's like
Wait, can you edit that?
It's like beach hat. No, that's gonna stay in.
No.
All right, so your fedora hat.
I like hats. Really love my old school Vans.
Okay.
My lace ups, not so much slip-ons.
Okay.
Those are dope too, just not my style. And I appreciate menswear, tailored shirts, collared shirts, long sleeve button downs.
Okay.
Color palettes I keep very neutral. I don't really experiment with pastels, so I like to
So
stay
you're
with.
not super girly.
No, not at all.
So is there something that you would never wear as Anastasia?
And never catch me in a pastel colored floral A-line dress, probably.
So would you say your style veers more into like a masculine menswear lane just naturally?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. All right, so we know you like menswear stuff. In terms of what you like to see guys wearing, what's something that if you see a guy wearing it, you're like, that's dope, I like this dude?
Tailored shirts, tailored pants, nothing baggy, maybe a little bit of accessory, whether it's a hat or a bandana, some dope sneakers, could be Ultra Boost, Converse, Vans.
Okay, so a lot of it sounds sporty.
Yes.
Okay, so I did mention you're an accomplished athlete. Can you talk about what you do in terms of fitness right now?
I train for marathons throughout the year.
How many have you run?
I've run 2 full marathons. I've run 5 halves, but this is over the past 3 years.
Okay.
I have another full coming up in a month. So.
What's training like for a marathon? Say like when you first started training for them, what was your initial like your training regimen? Were you doing like over distance, speed? How did you get yourself in that mindset?
For the first marathon I ever did,
Yeah.
It was distance. Getting distance up is very important.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you've mastered getting a distance up, then you incorporate speed work in. So your body can handle more of an impact.
All right. And just as a disclaimer, we went to college together. This is not like a random person that I know. I ran track, so I know her running prowess, but I don't know her as a distance runner, like a long distance runner. So that's why I'm asking all these questions. So
I used to pole vault, but that.
yeah, she was a pole vaulter. I didn't want to give too much information away, but she pole vaulted. So I was like, you're a distance runner now. That kind of blew my mind when you started running marathons. I was like, how the hell are you doing this? I can never run a marathon. Actually, anyone can run a marathon. I do not want to run. So you've run 5 marathons?
Two fulls.
2 fulls.
5 halves.
5 halves. You have one coming up in about a month?
Yeah.
So now you're faster and stronger. What would you say that you've learned from when you started running to where you are now about yourself as a runner and just as a person?
Most and foremost is to listen to your body. Listen if you feel tired that day, take a day off. I've also learned to stop looking at my watch as much.
Okay.
So some days, some paces will be slower than others. You know, some days I feel better, go faster. So it's not so much what's on the watch, but more so how you feel.
What's your recovery time like post-marathon?
Usually a week to 2 weeks off with nothing.
So do you like veg the hell out and like go ham on food, sleep?
But the first few days, yeah. And then I get kind of back into healthy eating, but I still don't run. It's not good for the body to do it right away.
Huh. So I thought, I retired from running post-college. I was like, all right, I'm done. I was a sprinter, jumper, all that jazz. I ran for 14 years. And I, in my mind, toyed with like, all right, I'm gonna do some 10Ks and do some halves. I could not get myself to doing it. I started training again for sprint work, so I think within the next year I'm gonna start competing on that level. When you meet guys who know that you're a runner and an athlete, do you feel like guys are naturally trying to compete with you that you meet?
Not really. I've had some guys try to tell me what to run. If they're runners, they try to instruct me, I guess. But more so, I think a lot of men do respect that I'm a distance runner and don't really try to, input too much. They kind of say, wow, that's amazing.
All right, so this is going way smoother than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like, I hate when guys come at me. Everyone always does it. Oh, man. So I wanted to ask you this for a while because I know you pretty well. What are your true turn-offs for guys that approach you? Like, what's the craziest shit some dude has approached you with, like, about a date? Like, I know some guys have hit on you in some crazy ways that I don't know about.
Yeah, I don't like to be pressured too much into going out for a drink.
Okay.
One drink's fine to meet somebody for the first time, but to constantly going out for drinks on consecutive dates, it's not really my thing. Like, I like to be more active. Okay. And take dates to a different level. So it's just going to a restaurant or wine. So I guess always consistently trying to be drunk / other turnoffs. Cheesy pickup lines are cute if they're used appropriately. Right. I'm kind of corny sometimes, so I appreciate that. But when it comes to just being too much and too cheesy and too, when you're not getting the hint. And I'm very straight up, so I will tell a guy I don't want to go out with him. Okay. And that's it. Yeah. So if they could keep trying, then that's when I get kind of annoyed.
What'd you say if you were planning a date? Do you ever plan dates yourself?
I don't. Sometimes I do, but I like to be surprised. So
if you were going to plan one because you like active dates, what would you plan?
Maybe something on Boathouse Row.
Okay.
Something with rowing.
Rowing.
Yeah, I'm not so much of a bike rider, but who knows? To try it.
Got a bike right on the other side of this camera, so we'll get you on this bike. So, if you're now, so I'm backtracking, having a lot of fun with this in my mind. So, if you can say something to guys in terms of approaching any girl for a date, what would you say right now of the don'ts? This is like a general statement, but you think that would apply.
Don't try too hard. Try to just really feel out the situation. If you're getting a vibe that the girl may not be so much into you, then I wouldn't push it. But also feel natural. It shouldn't be it shouldn't feel forced. Right. It should just come, without thinking, and maybe if you just feel like you have to try too hard, then the chemistry is just not there, and just move on.
Speaking of trying too hard, I feel like a lot of guys, in terms of what they wear, try a little too hard, especially when it comes to dating or anything like that. What would you recommend a guy not wear if they were going on a first date? I think there might be some general ideas.
It depends the type of date. Okay. So if it's a date at night, which most dates usually are for the first date, don't show up in shorts or flip-flops in the summertime. Try to wear jeans or, jeans and flip-flops maybe, but...
Are you anti-seeing dudes' feet?
No, I'm not. I just think that flip-flops are made for the beach for men. And I know maybe that's a stereotype because I wear flip-flops around the city. But
I'm definitely wearing slides right now.
Yeah, actually, slides are cool.
I don't have on shoes right now.
Slides are cool. We're talking thong sandals. Sandals for the beach. So with that,
clap sound on the back of the foot.
And make sure your shirt is not wrinkled. Just, I like when guys look put together. It could be collar shirt or a t-shirt. Just make sure your clothes are clean and nice.
I can agree 100% with that. I don't know. I might show up with some flip-flops one day. You never know.
Thong sandals?
No, I'm not going to do that thong.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm not going to do the thong. I'm not going to do that. I was going to try to play it up I'm going to do that.
Slides are cool. Yeah.
So,
the camo slides.
Anastasia and I go on a lot of friend dates. Freights, yeah. And one of our favorite meals would be a filthy martini and bison burger.
Yep. Maybe some ceviche.
And some ceviche. What do you think the weakest meal a guy can get on a first date? If there's a guy gets this and you're like, oh.
I don't think there's a specific meal that I think is weak. I think if a guy has too many eating restrictions and it's not dietary, it's just I don't like this, I don't like that. Okay. Then that shows to me it's a sign of no maturity, and there's no growth to that person.
Damn.
But you don't have that problem.
No, I don't have that. I eat.
But yeah, if a guy's like, oh, I don't like oysters, nor I won't try them, or I don't like sushi, but I won't try it type of attitude is doesn't really sit well with me.
Okay. So be adventurous. Don't be like...
Be adventurous.
Yeah, don't be bullshitty like, oh, I don't eat it just because I don't eat it. You never tried it is what you're pretty much saying.
Yeah.
I don't like those dudes. I can say it right now. It's interesting.
Take a chance. Yeah. That's all I gotta say.
It's interesting because I know a lot of women like that too who are just like, oh, I don't eat oysters. I'm like, oh, so have you ever had them? No, but I don't eat them.
Yeah,
It's kind of off-putting. So I want to close this out with asking you a question. What do you think the dopest thing about you is? Because it's hard to answer a question about yourself like that.
That is a tough question. Dopest thing about me.
This is Ask a Dope Chick. Like I'm
yeah.
Ask a Dope Chick.
You know, I think at this point in my life, I know who I am, and I think that's extra dope. I know what I like and what I don't like, and what I like to do and not do, and everything. You know, I may be figuring out some things down the road, but the majority of the time, like, I'm super happy with myself.
So I fuck with that.
Love you.
Yo, so this was not like a dating profile. This is just me hanging out with some dope chicks. First one, Anastasia. Stay tuned.
Don't go sliding in those DMs.
Don't slide too hard into DMs. Don't just like slip in like, oh, you're a dope chick, can I talk to you? But I will put her Instagram stuff here, somewhere, maybe over there. And check her out if you're looking for inspo for running. Will you answer any questions about running?
Of course.
Not too many. Cause you don't have
I'm
to
not a
pay her.
certified personal trainer or running coach, but I have enough experience I can help out if someone needs it.
She's a lawyer by trade, so she will get technical on you.
Very factual.
Yeah, she's very factual. But yeah, and I'll drop a couple pictures of her running in here, there. But don't be a creep. All right. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye.
Bye.